Schumacher is not just a surname, but a brand in Formula One. Schumacher brand dominated the royal class of motorsport for more than a decade, winning 7 world titles. Michael Schumacher is the legendary creator behind that brand. This surname has a special relationship with Ferrari, as Michael Schumacher won 5 consecutive championships with his Italian F1 team. He retired back in 2013, and his son Mick Schumacher gave a rebirth to this brand with some stellar performances in the junior categories. He won the 2020 Formula 2 championship in his second season of F2 with Prema Racing as a Ferrari junior driver and got a promotion to the Haas as a future driver option for Ferrari. Haas always stays at the bottom of the championship standings after its sudden decline began in 2019. After a disastrous 2020 campaign, they totally gave up the development of the 2021 car, focusing much on the 2022 car. For the 2021 season, the Haas team had a totally inexperienced rookie driver lineup made up of Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher. Their car was not sufficient enough to give a better fight to teams like Williams or Alfa Romeo, who stayed at the bottom of the standings as well. So Haas drivers only had a fight within the team than with others. Mazepin was a paid driver in F1 who had no sufficient talent to remain in Formula One. So 2020 F2 champion Schumacher had no fight with the poor driver like Mazepin easily outqualifying him. That was the only thing that Schumacher could achieve with the 2021 Haas Challenger. Things started to turn upside down when Mazepin was suddenly replaced with their former driver, Kevin Magnussen. Schumacher spent his entire 2021 season in a totally uncompetitive condition, and he was unable to continue the same success with the much more experienced and competitive driver like Magnussen. Since the first round, Schumacher showed a very poor form, crashing many times, which caused multi-billion damage to the economically struggling team like Haas. This resulted in the loss of the favor of Haas administration on the 2020 F2 champion. But that is not the end of Schumacher's misfortune, as he is going to lose his F1 seat in the next year as well. If the doors of Haas are closed, then he has only very few options to remain within Formula One. Earlier, his uncle Ralf Schumacher was interested in Aston Martin as a future option for young Schumacher. Sometimes they had already known about Vettel's retirement before the official announcement, as Vettel and Schumacher have a very close relationship. Then the opportunity arose at Aston Martin as Vettel announced his retirement, but it was filled by the 2-time world champion, Fernando Alonso. Because of that, Alpine, AlphaTauri were the only possible option available. But in all those cases, he had a barrier, as Schumacher is linked with Ferrari Academy, and moving into another program like Red Bull or Alpine was not possible. Ferrari administration had high hopes about Schumacher as a future world champion, like his father, because of his solid performance at junior levels. But with his poor form this year, Ferrari expressed its displeasure on Schumacher. Now some rumors are reporting about Schumacher's Haas seat. Ferrari is looking at this as an option to bring back their Italian driver, Antonio Giovinazzi, to F1, who lost his Alfa Romeo seat at the end of last season. Even though he moved to FE last year, he is yet to make a considerable impact in that category as well. The big question here is whether Haas administration will like to put Giovinazzi in place of Schumacher. Daniel Ricciardo is also said to be interested in this seat, as he is also without a seat for next season. But it will be an expensive choice for a financially struggling team like Haas to accommodate the 5th highest paid driver in the current F1 grid in their 2023 drivers lineup. Former Renault driver Nick Hülkenberg is also said to have some links to this seat, as he is waiting to make a comeback since 2021. He is already playing a reserve role in Aston Martin, but he is free to make a move. The last update of the story is Ferrari is going to end his partnership with Schumacher at the end of the 2022 season. He's going to lose the Haas seat. He's going to lose the contract with the Ferrari Junior Academy. That means he's going to lose everything in Formula One. That is not the way that people expected to end the Schumacher story. Mattia Binotto already discussed the 23-year-old's future after the Italian GP with the Haas team principal, where he explained that hopefully an option for the German would be possible with Haas. If Haas decide to move forward without Schumacher, he will only have opportunities in the Alpine and AlphaTauri. But Alpine's seat is already booked by the AlphaTauri driver Pierre Gasly, and his contract is reported to be at the last stage. But the move is not sure, as AlphaTauri is in a battle with FIA to bring IndyCar star Colton Herta to the seat vacant by Gasly, but he is still without sufficient points to obtain the super license. If AlphaTauri is not able to complete this promotion successfully, Gasly has to stay one more season with them, as Red Bull Juniors are still not ready. If Herta gets the chance in Formula 1, then all seats will be filled. Schumacher has to stay outside of F1 until he gets a chance. AlphaTauri may be a good option for Schumacher, but he is a Ferrari Junior, and the problem is whether the Red Bull administration will like to break their tradition. According to Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko, they are not showing any interest in Schumacher. He is not an issue for us. He is, or was, a Ferrari Junior. That's why we've never dealt with Mick Schumacher, Helmut Marko explained. We have our own program. Of course, we prefer our own people. In the battle of a contract extension at Haas F1, Schumacher will not get support from Ferrari, as he is not a Ferrari Junior anymore. As the engine supplier, the Ferrari team principal can give suggestions or offer a discount to get a seat for the Ferrari Junior. But the whole authority on the selection of their driver's lineup is totally in the hands of Haas administration. Haas team have a long list of candidates to fill this one vacancy. Gunther Steiner is still unclear about the future of young German with the American team, but he admits that the German can still show what he can do. We are considering what is best for the development of the team, he said. Do we only look at the technology, or also the driving element? To be honest, we don't know if Mick will stay or not. He delivered very good races in Canada, England, and Austria, but he lacks the consistency to perform well. We're in no hurry on the driver issue, and Mick still has chances to show what he can do. Now, 2022 is slowly approaching to its end, and the majority of teams have already announced their 2023 lineups. Schumacher's future is still in doubt, and if he didn't get an opportunity, he may have to leave the sport before adding something to his father's glory. What do you think?